Hey beautiful people, this is Becky's Place and welcome to today's tutorial. If you are new here, kindly subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you can get notified whenever I upload new videos. And this is what we'll be learning today. So for my cylinder bag, I'll be making use of sugar beads, my fishing line .70, my pair of scissors, my magnet button in gold. I'll be making use of 2, my iron handle in gold. I'll be making use of 1, and my tape rule for measurements. Let's get started. So I cut a lengthy fishing line, the one I'm comfortable to work with. Then I start with adding 5 beads. After adding 5 beads, I pick the 6th bead and I use it to interlock. So this is what I have. This is what you should have. Then on my left fishing line, I add 4 beads. I interlock with the 5th bead. You should have something like this. Then don't forget I said whenever you want to mark, that's the logic is be using your right hand fishing line to pass and be using your left hand fishing line to add your bead. So on my right hand fishing line, I'll be passing into the next 1 bead beside it here. The bead facing my fishing line, that is where I'll be passing into. Next 1 bead. Then on my left, I add 3 beads. I interlock with the 4th one. This is what you should have. Then with my right hand fishing line again, I pass into the next 1 bead. On my left, I add 3 beads again. I interlock with the 4th one. Then I repeat that process again. On my right hand fishing line, on your right again, you pass into the next 1 bead beside it. On your left, you add 3 beads, interlock with the 4th one. That is how you would continue till we get to the last place on this round. I hope you understand. So I'm going to continue this process. When I get to the last place, I'm going to come back to show you how to close this place. Can you see? You keep passing with your right hand fishing line. Then on your left, you keep adding 3 beads. You interlock with the 4th bead. And this process is different when you start first. It is after the first step, that is when you would continue this 1 passing, add 3 beads into your left and interlock with the 4th bead. So when I get to the last place, I'll come back to show you how it would be and how to close it. So this is what I have. This is my last bead on my right hand fishing line. This bead here is the last one. Then I pass into this last one and the one beside it. So that will make it two passing. When it is about to get closed, I pass into this last one and the one beside it. Then on my left, I had two beads and interlock with the third bead. So this round is closed. This is what you should have. This round is closed. Then for the next step, for the next round, with my right hand fishing line, I pass into the next one bead beside it with my right hand fishing line this way. Then on my left, I had three beads. I interlock with the fourth bead. This is what you should have. Then with my right, I pass into the next one bead. Then on my left, I had two beads and interlock with the third bead. With my right, I pass into the next two beads. What we will be doing here is you pass into two, you pass into one, you pass into two, you pass into one. The next one I'm doing now is passing into the next two beads. Altogether, my passing will be on three beads plus the interlocking that we have previously. So on my left, I have two beads, I interlock with the third bead. The beads you'll be adding will not change. It is only the passing that will change for this second round. I hope you get that. So I just passed into the next two beads. Now the one I'll be passing into now is the next one bead beside my fishing line with my right hand. The next one bead beside it. Then with my left, I had two beads and interlock with the third bead. So the next passing we'll do now is two passing, followed by one passing, followed by two passing, followed by one passing. That is how we would continue. Mind you, the beads we would be putting will not change. Two beads interlock with the third bead, but it is only our passing that would be changing. I just finished passing into one bead. The next passing I will do now is two, followed by one, followed by two, followed by one, followed by two, till we have a round shape. And when we get to this last place, I'll come back to show you. I hope you get that. So this is what we have. It is about to get closed. I'll be passing into this last one here and the one beside it. This last one and the one beside it. That'll make it two passing, and I'll be adding one bead and interlock with the second bead. For the last one again, add one and interlock with the second bead. This is what you should have. So when you count, the first one we started, it was 6. You should have round of six beads at this middle. Then the next step we did round it. The next step we did around this first 6. You should have six beads. If you don't have 6 beads, that means you are doing the wrong thing. So for the last one we just concluded now, you should have 6 5 6 5 6 5 6 5, and you should end it with just 5 beads. I hope you understand. It's very easy. Just be attentive and watch the video over and over again. You would get it. It's a very simple design. So when you have this, the next thing to do now is to do our round of 4, one passing. Round of 4, one passing. So with this that I have, this is on an interlocking already, so I don't need to pass at first. On my left, I just add 2 beads and interlock with the third bead. This is what you should have. With my right again, I pass into the next 1 bead. With my left, I add 1 bead, I interlock with the second bead. That is how we would continue round this circle, this round stuff that we have. Look at, this is what you should have. You keep passing into 1 bead to the next 1 bead with your right hand fishing line. Then with your left, you keep adding 1 bead and you interlock with the second bead. At the end of the day, you should have round of 4 all round this circle shape. So I'm going to do the rest of camera, and when I get to the last place that is about to get closed, I would come back and show you how to close that place. So I'm about to pass to the last one. I'll be passing into this last one here and the one beside it. Then I pick up just 1 bead to interlock. And this is what you should have. Round of 4 all through, 4 circles with just 1 passing. So this is the base, like the sides of our cylinder bag. Now we want to build the body. The next thing to do now, with your left fishing line, you add 2 beads. You do not pass, so we are not going to pass. With our left fishing line for the first step, of the body, with our left fishing line we add 2 beads, we interlock with the third bead. Then with our right, we pass into the next 1 bead. Then for our left fishing line, we add 1 bead, we interlock with the second bead. That is what we would continue. You pass into the next 1 bead with your right. For your left, you add 1 bead, you interlock with the second bead. So for the body of this bag, we would continue this process till we get to the, we are not going to do this process round this circle because we want to make use of this for the body. So I'll be leaving 3 beads, 1 2 3. I'll be stopping my marking. I'll be stopping it on the 4th one here. I'll be stopping my marking on the 4th bead here. Then I'll be leaving 3 beads. So that is what you keep doing. You keep doing your normal marking, your normal round of 4 marking. Pass into 1 with your right, then on your left you add 1 bead, interlock with the second bead. I hope you get that. I said it before that we are now building the body, and for the body we are going to leave 3 markings, 1 2 3. Then I'll be ending my marking on the 4th bead here. So I do my right passing because I want to turn to the other side. The fishing line on my right that I used in passing, I use that same fishing line. I add 1 bead and I interlock with the second bead so that my fishing line can turn to the other side this way. The fishing line would come up this way. So because this is the body, we are going to press the new marking, the new round of 4 that we just did. We are going to use our hand to adjust it this way, and you should have this shape, should have something like this. And this is the 3 that we left earlier, that will be used later. It will be used as the opening of the bag later. So this is what you should have, and we continue our normal marking round of 4. If you don't understand the normal marking of round of 4, you can check my previous videos. I have a tutorial on how to make the normal marking of round of 4. So our fishing line is here, this way. Then the fishing line on my left here, I have 2 beads. I interlock with the third bead. We started our normal marking. Then with my right, I pass into the next 1 bead. On my left, I add 1 bead. I interlock with the second bead. So that is how we would continue till we get to this place. We continue till we get to this place here. When we get here, we turn back, we turn back, we turn back, we turn back till we have the desired length that we want. So I'm going to do this off camera, and I'm going to show you what I've done so far. About to pass the last place. I want to show you how to turn again. I pass into the next one on my right. Then that same fishing line I used in passing on my right, I add 1 bead. I interlock with the second bead. So my fishing line would come up here this way. Then I mat again. I mat again round. On my left, the fishing line outside on my left, I had 2 beads, and I interlock with the third bead. Then with my right hand fishing line, I pass into the next 1 bead. On my left, I add 1 bead. I interlock with the second bead. I'm trying to make this tutorial very detailed so that you can understand. So you continue the normal marking again, and I'm going to do the normal marking for 6 times. I've just done 1, 2, 3. I'm going to do this for 6 times, and what I did here, I'm going to do another one like this 6 times. This in 6 places, another one like this in 6 places. When I'm done, I'll bring it and show you, and also show you how to join it. I hope you get that. So this is my marking in 6 places, that is 6 lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I've done that in 2 places, just like the way we did this. And we also left 3 lines for the opening of the bag, and we also did the same for the other side. Now it's time for us to join the 2 together to have something like this, and this is how to go about it. The fishing line we have here, make sure your fishing line is coming out on this upper marking on top like this. It's as if you want to continue your marking, so make sure your fishing line is on it like this. And on your left fishing line, that is the fishing line at the back, you add 1 bead. After adding 1 bead, you pick the second marking that you've done. The first marking here, you pass your fishing line into it from the back to the front this way. Then you pick 1 bead to join. Then you pick 1 bead to interlock, rather I said to join. You pick 1 bead to interlock. You should have something like this. Then with your right hand fishing line, you pass into the next 1 bead on your right hand. With your left fishing line, you pass into the next 1 bead on your left. Then you use 1 bead to interlock. That is how you join your marking, and that is how we close this bag. This is it. So we continue. With my right hand fishing line, I pass into the next 1 bead on my right. With my left, I pass into the next 1 bead on my left. Then I use 1 bead to interlock. So we continue that way till we finish our joining. I did 6 here, I did 6 on the other line. I did 6 for this, I did 6 for this too. So plus our joining, altogether we would have 13 lines. So I'm done with the joining, and this is what I have. This is what you should also have. So we want to do the cover of the bag. Okay, altogether we have 13, and if we measure with our tape rule, we should have 7 inches altogether. 7 inches altogether. If you are not having 7 inches altogether with what I've done, maybe you've added or you've reduced your line of marking. So this is the length I want it to be, and I'm okay with it, and this is the perfect length. So for our cover, we would also start our cover from this marking, because the cover also is in form of marking, that is round of 4. But because of the nature of this bag, we would be skipping one marking. The first marking here, we would be skipping it, and we would be starting our cover from this second marking. As you can see, I already have a fishing line on this second marking. If you have an old fishing line, you can pass it round and let it come out on this second marking. But if you don't have an old fishing line left on your bag, you can cut a new fishing line and pass it into this second marking here. You skip one and you start from the second marking, and you start your normal marking. The fishing line on your left, that is the fishing line at the back, you add 2 beads. Then you interlock with the third bead. Have you seen it? This is what you should have. Then we continue our marking with my right. I pass into one with my left. I add 1 bead and interlock with the second one. So that is how I would continue my normal marking till it covers all this place, till it covers the opening of the bag, until it gets to the desired length that I want it to be. I hope you get that. And when I get here, okay, let me just do my marking. When I get here, I'm going to show you something. I was going to show you something. So I've done my marking from, don't forget, I skipped this first one. I started on the second marking, then I started marking, and I've gotten to the second to the last place. So I'm also going to skip this first one and end my marking on this second to the last bead. And because I want to turn the same fishing line I used in passing, I'm going to use that same fishing line to add my 1 bead and interlock with the second bead, so that my fishing line can go up and I can continue a new marking. This is what you should have. So I continue my marking again till it covers the body of this bag. I hope you get that. So I've done 9 lines of marking for the cover. This straight line, I have it in 9 lines, so it's okay for the cover I want. But I noticed that after covering the bag, the sides of the bag, the sides are opening, and I don't really like it the way it's opening, because I want my bag to be very secured, so that at least the things that will be inside the bag will not be too transparent. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to close the 2 sides. The one we left previously, I'm going to mat back to it so as to close the side. And this is how to go about it. I cut a new fishing line. Then this place, this first marking for our cover, I pass my fishing line into it. Then I pass my fishing line again into that one that we left previously. So your fishing line will be into the 2 beads. I pass my fishing line into the one on the cover, and the one marking that we left previously, I pass my fishing line into it also. That makes it 2 beads. Then on my left fishing line, I had 1 bead and interlock with the second bead. So that is how to close it back. Then I continue my marking till I get here. I also do the same for the other side, so that the sides can be closed. If you like your bag like that, you can leave it, but I don't like mine like that, so I want to close it. So I continue my marking. I passed with my right hand fishing line. On my left, I had 1 bead and I interlock with the second bead. I hope you can see that. So I've done the marking of the one I left earlier, and after trying to close the bag, this is what I get. As you can see, the sides are now closed, and I love it, the way my bag is looking more secured. So now I want to fix the button. Then after fixing the button, I'll attach the handle. I'm going to show you how to attach the handle. Because of the handle will be on this cover, I need to make my button very secure. So I'll be adding 2 buttons, one here, you understand? So to add the button, please watch my previous videos. I already have a tutorial on how to fix magnet button, and this is how to do your calculation for your button. On the cover, I would be counting 1, 2, 3. The third marking, I'll be adding my button on this third marking. I count 1, 2, 3, and I'll also count 3 beats down. 1, 2, 3. My button would be here. For the other side, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. My second button would also be here. I'm going to do that off camera and show you the result. So I fixed the button, and this is what we have. Now for me to fix the handle. You know, our cover, we did 9 markings here. So the first marking, 1, 2, we'll be doing our handle on the second marking from the cover. This is 1, this is the second one. So I'll be counting 5 away from here and 5 away from the other end, because we have 13 markings altogether. So the 3 remaining at the middle will be for our handle. Don't forget, we are starting from the second line. So I'll be counting 5 away from this upper marking on this straight line here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Same for this other side. 1, 2. Then I count straight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So my handle will be on this straight 3. Then I start marking. I cut a new fishing line and I put my fishing line on that bead, the straight line. Then we do our normal marking 3 times. On my left, I have 2 beads and interlock with the third bead. This is 1. We do it again for the second time. With my right, I pass into the next 1 bead. On my left, I add 1 bead and interlock with the second bead. And for the third time and the last time, I'll also be passing with my right hand fishing line. into the next one bead on my right. Then on my left, I add one bead, interlock with the second bead. So this is what you should have: 3 lines of marking. Then we want to curve this way. With my right, I pass into the next one bead beside it here, no longer on a straight line but beside. Then before, for the left fishing line, before fixing my one bead and interlocking with the second bead, I pick the iron handle, I drop it here this way, I drop it in between. Then I pick one bead, I use the second bead to interlock. Don't worry, just make sure your handle is in between your interlocking. You should have something like this. Make sure your handle is not resting on the fishing line. Let it rest inside of your interlocking this way, inside of it this way. Don't let it rest on your fishing line. So now I've done 3 straight lines here, and I've curved here. I've done just one, and I'm going to do this 3 straight line. I'm going to do it opposite this the first one we've done. So we are going to do these 3 lines straight back on these 3 straight beads. Then when I get here, I'm going to show you. Just make sure you are following the direction of your fishing line. It's not something that is very hard. With my right hand fishing line, we want to do a straight line back, the fishing line facing the next bead. That is where you just be passing. The fishing line facing your bead, you would have seen the direction of where it is going. Can you see? I'm going back on a straight line. Then on my left, after passing, on my left I add one bead and I interlock with the second bead. I've done 1, 2. Then for the third line, I passed with my right. Then on my left, I had one bead, interlock with the second bead. So the 3 lines I did here, I've done it here again. So the one we have beside here, we are going to close it. We are going to also do it beside here too. And with my right, I pass into this bead on the body of the bag. This last, I hope you can see, this last bead on the body of the bag, I pass there, and I pass beside this straight marking that we did previously, and I'll just use my one bead to interlock. And when I want to interlock, I make sure my bead is coming across, is coming on top of this iron handle, so that it can sit well inside the space that we've created. Let me show you how to do it now. See, I've passed into this last one here, and also to the one beside it. This is what you should have. Then I just pick one bead to interlock it on the handle so that it can sit well on it. After doing that, this is what you should have. I told you that don't let your, like this now, the fishing line is on top of the iron handle. Don't let your fishing line to be on the handle. Make sure it is your interlocking, that is your bead, that is resting on the handle this way. So that means you are interlocking very tight to make sure you don't have your fishing line on your handle. So we want to cover this upper part now, and it's very easy. This is what you should have. Let me show you very well. This is what you should have: 3 year, 3 year, then 1 year, 1 year. Don't forget that it is in between this one and this one that the handle will come inside. So now we want to close. With my left, I pass into this. With my right, I pass into this. I use one to interlock. Pass, pass, interlock. Pass, pass, and interlock with this last one. Let me quickly show you that. With my right, I pass. With my left, I pass into the bead facing the fishing line. It's as simple as that. Just make sure, and I interlock with one. Just make sure you are passing your fishing line into the bead that is in front of it. You see, it is closed. With my right, I pass here. With my left, I pass here. I interlock also with one bead. So after interlocking, this is what I have. And for this last place, I just pass my fishing line round and I tie and I cut, and that is all. So this is how your handle should be. I hope you get that. This is the end result of our bag, and this is what you should have. Thank you all for watching. Please don't forget to like this video, share and comment. If you have any question, you can kindly ask me in the comment section and I'll be there to answer your question. And please don't forget to subscribe if you have not subscribed yet. See you in my next video. Bye.